All right, y'all, fourth time's the charm. So what we're going to do today is we're going to find the ratios and pi. All right, so we're going to prove why or how we find pi. So we're going to go through some definitions. These definitions you can copy down, or you can just draw the pictures. So the radius goes halfway across the circle. So here's a circle, here's the center, that's halfway across the circle, so that's your radius. Diameter is going from one side of the circle all the way to the other side through the center. That is diameter. Circumference goes all the way around the circle. So it's the distance around the circle. So we have two formulas. C, circumference equals 2 times pi times radius. Or we have C, circumference equals 2 times the diameter. Right? So either one of these formulas are going to be working. This formula is what we've been using mostly this week while finding circumference. All right. So this next part, when we do ratios in pi, the table shows the dimensions of 6 circles. We have only 3. Use it to determine the relationship between the radius, diameter, and circumference of a circle. Okay, for time's sake, we should use, for pi, we should use 3.14 to be very exact. But for today, if we get an approximation of 3 for pi, it will work as well. All right, so pi is technically 3.14. So I'm going to show you both ways using 3.14 and 3. Up to you which one you want to use. Okay, so this next step, we're going to do circle A. So we have radius and diameter. The first thing that we were going to find is the diameter and the radius relationship. So you're just going to do 4 divided by 2, diameter divided by the radius, which equals 2. Now we're going to find the circumference. So we're going to use 2 pi r. So 2 pi r. So what that means is we're going to do 2 times 3.14 times 2, which is the radius. Now I don't have a lot of room over here, so I'm going to be doing all my work over here to the side. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 times 2, which is 4. 4 times 3.14. So we're going to multiply that out. That's all this is right here. So this is example A. So 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 numbers behind my decimal, so I have to put 2 numbers behind my decimal in my answer. So 12 and 56 hundredths. Okay, well now for circumference, we need to do circumference, which we just found, divided by the diameter, which is 4. Well, we know that 3.14 times 4 is 12.56. So if we divide by 4, we should get 3.14. So let's check it out. So 4 times 12 is 3. Bring up the decimal, bring down the 5. 4 goes into 5 one time. 4 goes into 16 4 times. Ah, what? That's amazing. That means that the circumference divided by the diameter is going to get us pi? That makes a little bit of sense. Okay, now we're going to use 3 for pi and see if we get the kind of same relationship. But we're going to still use 2 times pi times r. So we're going to do the same thing, 2 pi r. So we're going to do 2 times 3 times your radius, which is 3. Okay, well this is a little easier because we can do this pretty simple. 2 times 3 is 6, times 3 is 18. So I know my circumference is 18 inches. All right, well, the next step is we do diameter divided by radius. That's just 6 divided by 3, which is 2. Oh, so the diameter and radius of any circle is going to get us a relationship or a ratio that's equal to 2. That's pretty cool. So now let's try circumference divided by diameter. Well, that's just 18 divided by 3. That got us 3. So that means that whenever we are having a relationship between circumference and diameter, it's always going to equal pi. All right, so in a big box, this is what you need to remember. Circumference equals pi times d, and circumference divided by diameter equals pi. This is the biggest thing right here. This is going to be on tests. This is going to be on STAR. So you just need to remember circumference divided by the diameter is pi. Okay, this is the biggest thing. You can use both of these formulas to find this formula to find circumference and this formula to find pi. All right, we're going to skip this part right here for now, just because that we did it up here. But what I want you to do is I want you to try C. So take a little bit of time, pause the video, try out C, see what you get. At the end of the Nearpod, I will have this done for you. Okay, let's try the solving part. Okay, so here's your first one. So we have radius and diameter. Remember that your diameter is 2 times your radius. So to find my diameter, I just multiply this by 2. 12 times 2 is 24 feet. All right, well, number 4, we have diameter equals 15 inches and the circumference equals blank. All right, well, we can do it 2 ways. We can either use C equals 2 times pi times radius, or you can use circumference equals pi times diameter. In this case, we're going to try using circumference equals pi times diameter because that is a formula you can use. But I'm going to show you both ways. So the first thing we do is rewrite our formula because we're trying to find circumference. So 2 times pi times r, or C equals pi times diameter. Okay, you have a choice. You can either use 3.14 or you can use 3. In this case, I'm just going to be using 3. So we're going to do C equals 2 times 3, which we're using for pi, times our radius. Well, our radius is just 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. Or you could use C equals 3 times your diameter, which is 15. So now we go off and multiply. 15, because 2 times 7.5 is 15, times 3. Okay, look at that. They're the same. Okay, they're the same thing. So our answer is going to be 15 times 3, which is 45 inches. If you needed to go off to the side and multiply that, you could have. All right, our last little step right here is this, and that's a proportion. And you're going to have to use this on the back to help you. So make sure you understand what we're doing here. So it says the circumference of the large circle is about 38 feet. So this is my large circle, so I'm going to write circumference equals 38 feet. What is the circumference of the small circle? So we do not know the circumference of my small circle. So we're going to set up a proportion. Circumference of large to the diameter of large. Circumference of small to the diameter of small. So I have my diameter, which is 12 for my large, and my diameter, which is 6 for my small. All right, so we're going to substitute numbers in. So I have 38 over 12. And I have circumference of my small over 6. So now we're going to cross multiply. 12 times C and 38 times 6.